Welcome to my channel Punvaira Citadel, and today in this video we are going to talk about air pollution, and we are going to define what pollution is and what is air pollution and how they are grouped into particulate uh, pollutant, gaseous pollutant, solid pollutants based on the nature of the pollutants. And also we are going to discuss about what is the difference between fog, smoke and smog, and what are dirty dozens. What are they? What are the chemicals which are called as dirty dozens? And what are the diseases associated with certain pollutants? And we are going to learn the names of certain diseases and the causal pollutants associated with that particular disease. And also we are going to talk about the various methods to prevent air pollution. So, as you all know, pollution is the addition of some undesirable matter into the environment. That is, we are adding some unwanted, undesirable matter into the environment, and usually these unwanted matter, was called as pollutants. And what is air pollution? It is the presence of unwanted pollutant in our atmosphere. That is air pollution. And usually these substances are harmful to the living organisms or to the entire ecosystem as a whole. And usually the major air pollutants are particulate matter, 2.5 PM10. You should know what does it mean. PM means particulate matter. That is substances which are of particle nature. And 2.5 denotes their size, 2.5 nanometers. And PM10 is 10 nanometers, slightly bigger particles. And you know, in the air, we have a lot of particles like pollen grains, coal dust, sand, and all these particles, they may get into your nose and then eventually into our lungs and cause allergic problems and asthma, things like that. And so usually both of them are dangerous, both the small particles and bigger particles. And this 2.5 and 10 number denotes to the nanometers or microns. Millimicrons or nanometers, both are same. Previously, the term millimicron was used, but nowadays it is nanometer mu, and it is uh, it's 1 billionth of a meter. So you know that billion has got 9 zeros, million has got 6 zeros. Remember that. Million 6 zeros, billion 9 zeros. So 1 billionth of a meter. So that is what 1 nanometer is, or 1 millimicron. So small there. Particulate matter 2.5 over particulate matter 10, and carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, ozone. So all these are major air pollutants, and they are again grouped into particulate air pollutant, and even fly ash, which are the byproducts of burning coal. We get ashes flying in the atmosphere, and that also acts as pollutant. And TEL, tetraethyl lead, and this chemical TEL was previously used as anti-knock agent. What is anti-knock agent is a chemical used along with gasoline for the vehicles, additive. Why they added this anti-knock is to prevent premature ignition of the engine. So sometimes what happens is the engine gets started prematurely, immediately. So in order to prevent that, we add this additive TEL was used. But later on, this substance contained lead, tetraethyl lead, and this when emitted through the car exhaust, this inhaled by the human beings cause lead poisoning, and it affects the nervous system. So it is called neurotoxic, and this led to the banning of this chemical. So no more it is used in the vehicle as anti-knock agent. And what are the gaseous pollutants found in the atmosphere? There are carbon compounds which are emitted from the vehicles, or carbon compounds formed by the burning of the wood, coal, etc. And some sulfur compounds which are released from volcanic eruptions and some power factories, refineries, and nitrogen compounds from the exhaust of the automobile industry and automobiles, and hydrocarbons again from vehicles, and chlorofluorocarbon from the sprays, air conditioner, refrigerators. So all these are air pollutants, and some solid air pollutants, you know that the fibers which spread from the textile industry, they are grouped under solid pollutants. Now we will see the difference between fog, smoke, and smog. So they all sound or look similar, but there is a technically there is difference between them. You should know. Fog is a naturally occurring event, so it is not man-made. So it is a naturally occurring event, and it is not harmful. It's actually caused by the condensation of water vapors in the atmosphere. The water vapors in the atmosphere present, they condense to form this fog, and it looks like white misty layer, you know. And smoke is of particulate nature, and it has got certain size, particulate matter, and it is produced by the incomplete combustion of coal and fossil fuels, and it is usually dark in color, and they cause a dark black cloudy atmosphere. That is smoke. And smog is a combination of both fog and smoke. That is why it is called smog. And what happens is the sunlight reacts with smoke already in the atmosphere, and it causes smog. And the pollutants produced as a result of smog formation are sulfur dioxide, soot, and ozone. And all these substances, they cause irritation to the skin, irritation to the eyes, and allergic symptoms, and they may cause even some respiratory problems. So you should know the difference between fog, smoke, and smog. Now you should know what are dirty dozen. You know, dozen is 12. And the convention held at Stockholm, they listed 20 compounds, 20 chemicals as the dirty dozen, which should be, they should be banned. And they cause adverse effects for humans and also the ecosystem. And they are actually, what are they? They are POP. What are POP? POP is persistent organic pollutants. So we will see more about POP in the later on in another video. I will discuss what are the difference between VOC and POP. And VOC is volatile organic compound, and POPs are persistent organic pollutants. Both are organic, both are pollutants, but there are certain differences. We'll see that in another video. And this POPs 12, the Stockholm Convention had listed 12 of them as a major hazard, causing hazards to human beings, and they are banned. And they are grouped under 3 categories. The first group is pesticides. See, commonly we use pesticides in order to kill the pests that attack our crops, some beetles or ants or some insects. So we want to protect our crops. What do we use? We use pesticide to kill the insects. So what are the pesticides which are grouped in dirty dozen is aldrin, chlordane, DDT, dieldrin, endrin, heptachlor, hexachlorobenzene, Mirex, toxaphene, and these are grouped under pesticides. And some industrial compounds are hexachlorobenzene, polychlorinated biphenyl, PCB, polychlorinated biphenyl compounds. And they come from industries. And there are certain byproducts. What are byproducts? Not the main one in the factories or in the plants. These chemicals are produced as byproduct, the secondary products. Hexachlorobenzene again, polychlorinated dibenzodioxins, polychlorinated dibenzofurans. PCDD is polychlorinated dibenzodioxins, and PCDF is polychlorinated dibenzofurans. And don't get frightened by these terms. You just look at the names of the chemicals very often, so that it is enough if you are able to recognize these words, if not recall it. In my MCQ, always what you are doing is picking the correct answer. So once you see it, you will be able to identify, we saw that in the list. So it's very difficult to mug up these chemicals names, so many of them. It is possible, but what I'm trying to say is, you need not waste your time in mugging it up. If it takes a matter of few minutes, then go ahead with learning it by root memory. Otherwise, just go through it, read it aloud, or go through, make a glance at these chemicals every day. Just few seconds spent on this, and that will help you in picking out the correct answer from the multiple choice. This is called recognition of the correct answer, not the recalling, because you are asked to, most of the time in MCQs, you are asked to only recognize the correct answer, not recall you're not going to write the name hexachlorobenzene. Once you see that word there, hexachlorobenzene, you are going to pick it out. So for that, this will help. These often go through this. Read it every day once or once in a week. Just read them. Get familiarized with them. Well, here you see a list of the pollutants and the corresponding disease they cause. So arsenic is a pollutant and it causes skin cancer or skin lesions. Lesions are just abrasions of the skin. And finally, it may lead to cancer also. And the metal lead, it causes neurological damage. It affects the nervous system. And mercury, usually mercury is present in contaminated water, the form of methyl mercury. And this causes Minamata disease, which is again a neurological damage. Minamata is the name of a place in Japan. And then nitrate compound, which again is found in contaminated water pollution. Okay, we are talking about air pollution, but still I thought the names of the pollutants, once you should learn it along with the air pollution. And this nitrate, they cause blue baby syndrome. What is blue baby syndrome? The baby becomes blue because of lack of oxygen. This chemical nitrate affects the oxygen carrying capacity of hemoglobin in the blood. So less blood is supplied to the brain and heart, so the baby becomes blue. It is called blue baby syndrome. And coal dust, the dust coming from coals, and it causes black lung disease. It's called pneumoconiosis. And asbestos, that asbestos sheet, I think it is banned now, but some places we say asbestos sheet. It causes a disease called asbestosis. So, how will we prevent air pollution? By following these methods, by using biogas. What's biogas? Biogas is renewable. It is produced from organic matter like agricultural waste, manure, sewage, even food waste. And it's produced from incomplete oxidation of these matter. anaerobically, that is without oxygen. These matter are broken down to produce renewable gas, and they are biogases. And usually it is CO2, methane, and some hydrogen sulfide and some water vapor are produced. And also by building well ventilated buildings. And the congested small closed areas are always dangerous. It will lead to air pollution. And by using eco-friendly technology in industries, like providing proper exhaust, and the waste materials should be properly disposed of, and by using chimneys and exhaust to reduce pollution, and by using clean green fuel like the biogases, and which will not emit any toxic substances into the air, and also by taking stringent actions against those industries and factories or vehicles which violate these norms of safety. If they don't adopt eco-friendly technology, the government should punish them. So that's the only way to prevent air pollution and make the world safer for everybody. Well, welcome to the end of the video. That's all for today's video on air pollution. And stay subscribed to my channel Ponvaira Citadel for more videos on pollution and other topics. The next video on VOC POP will follow very soon. And subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon for further notifications.